Morning. So today's goals: wrap up spreading wheat, do a little bit of tillage, and get moved over to the last big cornfield. That's the goal. We're down to about 190 acres of corn, I think, and then we still got about 160 acres of double crop beans. There's a 90% chance of rain tonight. We will not complete corn or beans today, but I would like to get about 100 some acres of them done. That's the goal. Right now, Iowags down there putting the belt on our air compressor and putting a new, what was it, a bearing or something? Pulley, I can't remember. Either way, the air conditioner quit working. They're fixing that on the combine. You wouldn't think you'd still need an AC whenever it's frosting every morning, but you do. Let that cool, warm up, grab the important stuff. Oh, there we go. Probably let this warm up for a second. There's where Dad and BJ are going to be running corn here in a little bit. Still getting trucks dumped from last night. So that corn is 15% out of the field. That's very droughty ground for the most part, but it's handy that it's that dry because we're topping bins off with it. So it's going a little slower than what it could be going as far as dumping, but we're able to top bins off pretty precisely this way and not really have to worry about overrunning the bin with the dryer. So it's working pretty well. Just talked with Dad. Good news, the gleaner is got air conditioned, so Travis, the gleaner guru, as I call him, from Iowa, he got that thing up and going in like less than an hour. So good on him. Hopefully Dad can start making the dust fly any minute. Really like to get done where they're at, which is really right beside where I'm at the moment. Like to get done there before noon and then get moved to the other farm. And that's where we'll there's probably 2 days of running there. I would say there's 150 acres of that farm. For us, that'd probably be one good day and then one day. Now, unfortunately, it's supposed to rain tonight. There's a 8-point buck right there. I don't know if you can see him on the camera. I'll try to crop in. He's staring right at me. He's going to take off here any minute. We're going into that corner to start this field. I'd say he's an 8-point. It's like a fairly young deer. Not real tall. Wide rack for being as little as he is. That's the future right there. You know, if you're into that sort of thing, I kind of look at him as just a corn thief, but Dax would love to shoot him in a year or two. So a few videos back, it's probably been 3 weeks ago now, my son shot a 9-point. One thing that's been kind of cool, that deer was definitely eating our corn and our beans. We've been eating him for lunch every day of harvest now. So my mother-in-law, Mary, who I call Mother Mary, she's been cooking for us. Her and her friend Kelly have been cooking for us every day. And we've been eating Dax's deer, pretty much. So like the chili that she made us today, most likely has deer meat in it. And you know, I'm not a huge fan of deer over cow. I've yet to find a deer that tastes better than a cow. People are like, oh, the deer steaks are delicious. I'm like, they're okay, but they're not a ribeye. Well, I had this one cut with beef fat. Really, it tastes a little different, but not bad at all. But I do think it's ironic. Deer's been eating our corn, now we're eating it. Yep, this sniper's gonna be pretty handy in this field. Next one, we still have a little over a ton according to our scales. Definitely not enough to do the next field, but I can't hold enough in this to do the next field anyways, so if I get this ton applied, we could. So let's go. We are nearing the end. We are down to about 80 acres of wheat fertilizer, and then we'll be done with the wheat. Next field's done. So it does look like we are going to be just a tick short on fertilizer. I need to go analyze our waste slips and see if I'm running a little hot on my rate or if we were a little short on what we got. Need to figure You do some figuring, but it's not going to be much, like probably 5 to 6 acres. But basically right now I'm trying to get the fields that are going to get wet. So when the weather goes bad this fall, which it probably will soon, this field's very wet normally. As you can see, there's water standing in it right now and it's very dry outside. So we're just about out of fertilizer. Pretty close. So this will be the last field that we spread any fertilizer in the day anyway. And there's maybe a little bit back at the barn that I didn't scrape up like with the shovel, but definitely not enough to finish. We're here by the Beaver Creek. See how many ducks we get on the water. Oh, there they are. There's a couple mallards. There goes some more. Just have to mentally check. Oh, there goes a bunch of them. Have to keep a mental note there. So I'm still on the water over there. Only good thing about beaver ponds, they make duck ponds. You know something? I'm kind of hungry. It's 12 o'clock. What can we find to eat for lunch? So luckily, I think I just found lunch. Disregard the mess. We're still moving offices. This is our old office. Let's see what we got in here. What will we have for lunch today? Oh my goodness. I think we will be having filet mignon. Got a few slices. And this, take it over to the microwave. 2 minutes later, we'll have filet mignon. So as you can tell, with us trying to finish up harvest, we're really busy. I'm really busy. I've got to finish spreading this fertilizer. I've got to go start some tillage, and then at some point, I've got to haul some grain and combine some corn. Super busy. So being able to get a filet, like filet mignon for lunch, really? That's awesome. Can't be happy enough with this nutrition. But also, check this out. What do I do with the box? Maybe. You might check this out. With the nutrition fact on this, we have a healthy meal. 670 calories. That's enough. Not too much, not too little. That should tide me over for the rest of the day. And they are health conscious calories, not just, junk food. And if I'm being honest, I eat a lot of junk food. So this is a Factor Gourmet Plus meal. And there's lots of different options there. You can get things like fillets. You can get different cuts of meat. A little bit, like a little treat. Treat yourself from time to time. Or you can pick from all the other categories they have in the app when you order your food. Or you can just leave it to random and, be like a little surprise. Be like Christmas morning every time you get your box on. I think mine comes on Wednesday, so I don't know when everybody else's would come. But mine's always came on Wednesday. Wow, that's really good. So if you'd like to get yourself a Factor meal, take a little bit of stress off yourself going into the holiday season, have some nice healthy options for lunch, you can use code BFV50 to get 50% off your first order at factor75.com. The salmon has been my favorite meal basically for the last 8 months. This could take the cake. This is really good. I might just have to order fillets every time. Steak and asparagus might be my favorite meal. Like, period, ever. Again, if you'd like to try some Factor meals, code BFV50, get you 50% off your first order. There'll be a link in the description. Check it out. I'm going to eat the rest of this, and we're going to get back to our day's tasks. Well, I was about to hop in the tillage tractor and came over here to the shop for a second and realized we got a grain bin leaking. So I'm gonna climb up there. I need to see what the levels are on this bin. Anyways, we were getting very full. Climb up there, check the level, patch the hole with some tape, because that's how we roll. Haha, busting rhymes. And then we'll go over and start tilling. We're gonna take shop towels and tile tape. We can conquer the world, by God. Should hold about 12 more loads pretty easily. A little bit easier to go up these ones to get to the center. Like, this ain't even that sketchy. We got handles. So it's basically as good as new now. Heck yeah. Big cushion box. So if you're not real familiar with grain bins, the roofs of them are not real steady. They shake a lot. Takes you a while to get your sky feet. Yep, a little shaky. A little shaky. Alright, finally getting to this thing now. Thought I'd have been in this a couple hours ago, but here we are. Listen, I gotta say, for no guidance, I'm calling this a success. We're pretty daggone close. Broke through the middle. I basically made 2 passes, that way I didn't have to turn right around, and yeah, that came out pretty good. We got a little bit we're missing right there, but not much, not much. Now this field we're in, this is the field, this spring I worked this field several times with the accelerator. Basically we start farming in a different direction, and it was very, very rough. We also did some pretty heavy tillage on it the opposite direction that we're going now a few years ago, and never really smoothed it up. So I'm hoping by running this over it now in the fall, and then maybe hitting it with a rolling harrow or something like that before BJ strip tills it in the spring, we'll smooth it up some. That's my hope anyway. Just stop the tool mid-run here. Let's kind of see what we're doing. We got a really good mixing action here. This is a Salford 5200 Enforcer. We got these blades going this way, these blades going this way, and then this way. Just really mixing and matching. And then this is what we got behind us. Going about 5 inches deep. Really mixes up the residue really well. I really like this tool for what we're doing with it right now. But I'll go ahead and mount you guys somewhere where we can see the action. So we're back to playing Super Trucker. Go pick Jeff up. They're just getting moved over here. Basically, I was going to till till they got here because, well, we're a little bit further from the grain bins now. The fields are a little bit bigger. We're going to need both of us driving. But one thing we got to go do is get Dad's pickup truck. They did have a 30-acre field. Only had 8 acres left that we pulled out of weeks ago. So Dad and BJ are finishing that up. And then we will, I guess, dive into this big, well, we got 3 fields here. 2 of them are smaller. Then we got a 120-acre field we're going to finish in. Hopefully we at least get that 120 opened up tonight. That would get us sub 100 acres left of corn for the year. Looks like Mrs. Brown's at the shop. So she's unloading something. We'll see if she needs any help. Jeff's not here yet. They're just starting opening up the other fields, so we got a minute or 2. We can say hi. Did she get us pie? Why, hello.
Hello, Father. Your coffee.
Yeah.
Stop on this night. You guys eat olives every.
Like the Capella's done struck again. Anybody else keep their park lights on the trucks? Feels very festive, doesn't it? That field's done. They have moved to the last cornfield. Well, here. At some point we got a farm about 5 miles down the road. We got we got like 27 acres of corn down there. It's pretty low on the list of importance, but I mean, it's obviously next because this is the only other corn we have. But this is 120 acres. We're not going to get that done today. I would like to at least get it to 100. That way, if we had a really good day, we could be done with this field. So Dad and BJ are just starting around this field. It's going to take them a while. My truck is not completely loaded yet. I'm going to be waiting a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see the stars, but pretty clear night. It's supposed to be raining though in about 12 hours. Good times. So plan now is we're going to try to get 20 more acres done, and then BJ and I are going to try to come down here first thing in the morning. I don't know how well it's going to work. It's supposed to start raining at 7 a.m. so we'll see. We'll believe it when we see it. You guys can't see it, but there's a combine and a grain cart in that dust cloud. Looks like he's completely full. So this variety that we are running, it is a very healthy, hardy variety. And Dad said it's getting pretty tough in that he's bringing in the whole crop as he's harvesting. It's some varieties that happen, some it doesn't. Basically he said we're gonna load these trucks. That should give us trucks in the cart, that'll be around 20 acres. But I think this is pretty good corn. We might be just a bit short, so we'll see. Now I think he's gonna hop out and I'm gonna hop in. So I guess we'll get a better handle on how good the corn is then. Pretty good corn. Now we are in a spot that is a little heavier dirt. Probably held moisture a little bit longer in the dry spells. We'll find some bad spots, especially once we get around some trees. Right here we've got end rows with no trees, so usually better corn there. Tall corn. For opening up a field that has several acres of tree lines, I'd say that's pretty good. We've got some really good corn in this field. But we are full for the night. Cart's gonna have about 1,300 bushel on it. Trucks are all packed to the gills. That's all we're doing. 20 acres, well, 19.36 acres done. I think we ought to clean the feeder house off. We're building quite the blind. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. Turns out I'm not real good at counting, but now we have 130 acres, and I think we did right at 70 today. So we were closing in on the end. One good day and we would finish down there, and then we just have that little bit of corn on down the road. So hopefully this rain misses us, or it doesn't rain much, and we can attack tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If you would do me a favor, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and we will see you then.